everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we're going to be playing with some Charlotte Tilbury. I'm also going to be sneaking in a new mascara that I want to try out. But today is the Fire Rose Luxury Palette. Now, I'm also going to show you guys the Eyes to Mesmerize Copper Sunrise. I'll compare it to some of the other ones that I already have in my collection. I do have some other Charlotte Tilbury that I'll take a look at this with. But I'll be honest, I don't have the Pillow Talk, iQuad, I don't have Dreamgasm. I don't have the ones that I think are going to be like this color story. If you've watched my channel, I've mentioned a couple of times, I'm not a pink person. I do have a new pink sweater on today. Well, it's kind of pinky purpley sweater. I picked this up from Eileen Fisher because I have been wearing more pinks and purples. You guys have convinced me that maybe I've been missing out. So I picked this up at one of the factory stores. I think they're called factory stores, the outlets. I'll put a link below if I can find one. And the earrings are antique, so I can't give you a link for that. But I will always, more and more I'm gonna try to link as much as I possibly can for you guys. I probably won't go back through videos to do that, but if there are particular things that you see in older videos that you're interested in, let me know and I'll see if I can link them. All right, so let's talk about the Fire Rose today. So this was a much anticipated new release from Charlotte Tilbury. I'll go ahead and swatch the shades while we're chatting because of the new formula. Now, Charlotte Tilbury, when she started her line, and I honestly don't even remember when that is. I should probably go look it up. But it was a while ago. I bought her lipsticks and loved them. But her eyeshadows, I was always kind of like, eh. I mean, they weren't bad, but they weren't great. I was much more into Tom Ford than Charlotte Tilbury. I loved her lipsticks and her lip liners, but her eyeshadows weren't my favorite. There's the color story. Really pretty. Really, really nice. And what I would say is that I didn't really get into her shades, into her eyeshadow shades. If you hear noise in the background, that's Remi, the little pup, one of the little pups. I didn't really get into her eye shades until the Rebel Quad. That's what is now called Green Lights, I think, or maybe it's still called Rebel. I'm a little confused about that. But there are 4 quads. There's the Super Blue, the Green Lights, the Mesmerizing Maroon, and Copper Charge. And I loved those. Absolutely adore them. And I have all the dual liners. So when I started using those, I realized her formula had definitely changed. So I have picked up her Holiday, the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize, the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize. You guys have seen me do videos on those. I'll look for the pinker shades in those, and we can swatch a little bit. And I'm gonna pick up the, I think it used to be called Dolce Vita, and now it's called Bella Sophia, or maybe reverse. Anyway, that quad looks really nice to me, and I'll probably pick that up in the coming weeks. But Fire Rose has a new formula in it, and it's the Super Pop formula. It's this one right here. When I put it on my hand, it was the one that was like super shiny, and it looks really pretty. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's see what we can create. So let me bring you in a little bit closer. I have the camera at a different angle. I'm so sorry to the person who asked me, and I don't remember your name, I apologize, but mentioned that the camera could be a little bit lower, so I'm trying it a little bit lower. Let me know what you think of that. Let's go in with the Wayne Goss number 17. Wayne Goss brushes are some of my favorites. And let's go in, let's do something a little bit different. You know, on the back of Charlotte Tilbury's quads, or her big palettes, whatever they are, it kind of says prime, enhance, smoke, you know, like so sort of steps. I sometimes follow those things, but a lot of times I don't. So I'm gonna go in with this shade first. I'm very much a, you know, do what I like kind of person. I'm sure a lot of you are as well. You can see the thing on my little nose here. I didn't try to cover it up today. Oh, I should put my headband on. Sorry. You can see it's hopefully healing. Thanks to everyone who said such nice things. I hope it's no big deal either. You know, it probably isn't. My dermatologist, I've been seeing her for years, and she did not seem particularly concerned when she was cryo-freezing it. So hopefully it's, you know, just superficial, and this will eventually like kind of fall off basically. You know, I'll go back and see her in a couple months, and if it's not, if it doesn't go away, we'll do a biopsy, and even if it is something, it's not going to be, you know, melanoma or anything like that. It's not, it doesn't seem like it's super serious, but it is very important, guys. If you see anything that's unusual on your skin or something that's not going away, don't just, you know, put it off. Go to see a doctor. These things are very serious, and you shouldn't play around with it, because, you know, if you catch things early, there's, you know, great chances, if it's something, you know, even if it is something a bigger deal, that you can take care of it. If you let it go too long, that's when things get out of control. That's like anything in life, right? Deal with it up front. Don't let things fester. Not healthy for anyone. So I'm just blending this out. I'm kind of like smoking it upwards a little bit into my brow bone area. It's a really pretty shade. It's not as, like, it's got sort of a, it's not really pink. It kind of has like a smoky shade to it, like almost like a burnt rose. It's really pretty. I like that. It's nice. All right, so let's take this shade here. This is the, what is she calling it? The smoke shade. This is like the deeper shade. And let's go in with, well, let's use my new brush. I have a couple of new brushes. I mentioned it in my haul video if you saw it. This is the Chikuhodo KZ08 brush. I'm gonna go in with this, the deeper color, this maroon color. I will be doing a brush video very, very soon. So this is very pigmented. And the reason I chose this brush is because it's a very pointed, small little brush. And I wanted this shadow just on the outer V of my eye lid. And I wanted to place it very carefully. Yeah, that's really nice. I will probably go over this shade later, but I wanted to place it first. Like I said, it's very pigmented. Yeah, I don't know exactly what Charlotte Tilbury did with her formula, but it changed drastically, because I was around in the beginning using her makeup. I'm gonna use the Wayne Goss 03 just to buff it out. And like I said, I do have some of her earlier palettes, her eyeshadow palettes, and I rarely reach for them. Because they're like I said, they're not bad, but I wouldn't say they're good. Which, you know, her palettes aren't cheap, so that's a problem. Okay, yeah, I think that looks really, really nice. Let's go in with the, let's go in with this, the first shade, that prep shade, this light. We're gonna go in with the FO6. Put that on the lid. I get my Chikuhodo brushes from either Beautylish, which does carry a lot, or I think it's pronounced Visage, but I'm not sure, or Visage. And they have a ton of Chikuhodo brushes. I actually just got an email from them about some holiday releases, and I'm trying to decide if I want to pick up any of the holiday releases, because I have so many brushes, But then am I gonna look back and be like, oh, I should have picked up those holiday releases and they were limited edition and I didn't do it and now I regret it. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. You know, it's like one of those things. I'm going back in with the Wayne Goss. Like, you know, brushes are like anything else. You can collect those too, you know, they can become collector's items. I have a couple of Chikuhodos that are like collectors. Where are they? Like this one, which is a powder brush, and it's got, this was the year of the rat. And can you see the little mouse, little rat, and the design on it? It's a beautiful brush. And I will admit, I bought it mostly because of the design. Do I need it? No. Did I want it? Yes. So, you know, I picked it up. Wayne Goss, number 5. I'm gonna go in with this, the first shade that I used, go up lower lash line. It's just, you know, one of those things, like anything. You can collect anything. Anything can become a collector's item. Perfumes, brushes. So I don't want to pick them up just for the, you know, purpose of collecting them. I don't want to do that. I have enough things that I collect. So I'm trying, you know, not to do that. We'll see how well that works. But I do admit that I like the Chikuhodo brushes very much. Chikuhodo, and I would say Wayne Goss, and then of course Sonia G. Those are like my three go-tos more than anything else. I mean, I know there's other brushes out in the market, but I'd say those are my big 3. Okay, so let's take this new formula, the, what are we calling it again? Super Pup. I'm gonna use my finger. Yeah, that's definitely has a lot of payoff. From what I understand, Charlotte Tilbury is coming out with a whole bunch of new quads with this formula, and maybe other things as well. As you know, she's come out with lipsticks and other things, so, you know, who knows what it's gonna be. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick look at that. I think that's really stunning. Let's use her Copper Charge liner. Let's use the darker shade on the inner corner here. I mean the inner corner. The lower lash line. And then upper. Yeah, this is a really pretty quad. I could absolutely see me reaching for this. That's super pretty. So let's put on some mascara, and then we'll talk about the Eyes to Mesmerize, and we'll talk about some possible similar shades to this. As I said before, I don't have any other Charlotte Tilbury quads that I think would be a good comparison for this, but we'll try it with the larger holiday palettes. So let me curl my lashes really quick. So let's try out this mascara. This is the Giorgio Armani Black Ecstasy Mascara. And my friend Jen from Just Glow Firefly recommended it, which is what it looks like. We're gonna go ahead and try it out today. I like the brush. It's kind of an in-between between a fluffy brush and a more like prickly brush. It's gonna get a lot of your lashes, which is nice. I have relatively long lashes, not as long as Jen's, but pretty long, and I usually go for more volume than I go for length, because I don't really need the length, but I do need the volume. As I've gotten older, you know, hair's thin. All right, let's do one coat. Let's do the other side. I got a little bit of mascara on my eyelid, but that's okay. If you ever get mascara, you know, on your on your lids or underneath. I get them on my lids a lot because like I said, my lashes are long. Just leave it. Let it dry down and then you can easily remove it. If you try to remove it while it's wet, it's just gonna smudge and it's just gonna make it worse. So just leave it. I know it's tempting to like remove it immediately because you feel like you'll be able to get it off, but you won't. It'll just smudge. That's what happens every time. We've all been there. You just sit there with that black, you know, blob on your face and you want to remove it, but I'm telling you, let it dry. Much easier to remove. Well, this really does coat every lash and it's giving me a really nice look, I have to say. Jen, you're not wrong. I hate the looks I know I give you guys when I put on mascara. I mean, nobody looks good when they're putting on mascara, but I feel like I particularly just look weird. Like I'm doing weird things with my mouth. I don't know why, but alright. I think it's because, you know, you try to screw up your face so that you get every lash. Alright. Let me fix the mascara spots and I'll be right back. Okay guys, that is the final look with the Armani mascara. It's a really good mascara. I think you can see it gives nice length. It coated every lash. It gives volume. It's got a nice dark shade to it. You know, it's black. Yeah, I think that looks really good. Thanks, Jen. Okay, so let's put on some lipstick just because I feel weird. This is the Super Nude by Charlotte Tilbury. I actually love this shade. I did a video, I'll link it above, with swatches of that versus a lot of Charlotte Tilbury lip shades. And I will admit, a lot of the shades are similar, but it's not exact. So it is a really pretty shade. If you have similar coloring to mine or you're pale like me, it's a good choice. Okay, let's fix the hair. If you haven't watched my recent video, I did finally get my hair cut off 7 inches, 7 inches, which made me very happy. All right, so this is the Copper Sunrise. Comes in this little, you've seen these, the little tubs. And it is a very pretty shade. I think that's gonna be a really nice one and done on the eye. I'll go like this so you guys can see it because it keeps trying to focus on my face. I did not get the rose gold one. I kind of want it now, but okay. So that, like I said, was the Copper Sunrise. So the other Charlotte Tilburys that I have, I don't have as many as I thought I was gonna have. I have Champagne, Oyster Pearl, and I have Star Gold. So let me show you those. This is Champagne. Got Champagne. I actually do like this formula. It's really creamy, you know, goes on really easily. Just put it on your eye. I use these as one and dones. Oyster Pearl and Star Gold. That's the Star Gold. Here's the new one. Champagne, Oyster Pearl. I have a Chantecaille one that might be close. This is Copper. Again, similar like little pot. Let's see if the Copper, yeah, Copper's close. Let's see, I'm gonna put it on my other side of my arm so you guys can see it. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury new one. This is the Copper in Chantecaille. So those are closer. This is the Copper Sunrise, and here's Copper in Chantecaille. They're kind of close. Tom Ford Spice. This Tom Ford one is like super creamy. Let's put it here. That's much darker. That's the Tom Ford Spice. Much, much darker. And here's Chanel's New Moon. I'm running out of places here. I'll put it here. The Chanel is more shimmery, but they're all pretty. Let's close that back up, because the one thing I will say about all of these, whether it's the Charlotte Tilbury or the Chantecaille or Chanel, Tom Ford, you really have to close them tightly. If they dry out, they dry out and you really can't use them. So let's just really quickly see if there are some shades similar. This is the rose gold-ish shade, and I did do some swatch comparisons for you guys on Instagram the other day. Hopefully you checked that out. Let's use the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize. Let's use the Love Glow. Let's see if there's one in there. Let's try the lightest first. That's similar. What do you think, guys? Close, right? That's the lightest shade in Love Glow, this one. That's in the Bejeweled Eyes. I think that's pretty close. Let's see if there's any other shades in there. Let's use this shade from the Fire Rose. This is like the deeper coppery shade. And let's use the Seduce Glow and see if that's close. That's a little darker. Let's take a look at the Starry Eyes. Let's try the Love Glow in that one. I don't see one for the deeper shade, but yeah, those are all basically, these three are basically the same. So in the new palette, the lightest pinkest rose gold shade is basically the exact same as the lightest shade in the Love Glow in both the palettes. I mean, they're not exactly the same, but it's really close. Really, really close. The darker shade, this one's definitely more bronzy. Let's see, I don't see a dupe for this more like, let's do it. Let's do here. This is the purple kind of burgundy shade. In the Love Glow, in the Starry Eyes, yeah, it's more of like a burgundy. See, it's not really the same. And then in the Bejeweled, let's try, let's try, yeah, those are the best matches, but these are definitely more cranberry. Interesting, okay. And then the new shade, the Pop shade, which is really pretty. I don't know if we're gonna find anything like that, which is kind of the point, right? Because it has like a pinky, let's try the Happy Glow and just see. I mean, sorta from the Happy Glow, but this one from Fire Rose is definitely pinker. I'll try the Seduce Glow from, yeah, this shade is, at least for the Bejeweled Eyes and the Starry Eyes, I don't see an exact match for the more burgundy shade, the new shade, the copper shade, much darker in the Bejeweled Eyes. I will say that the rosy shade, like the rose gold shade, is very close in the Love Glow, the lightest shade in that trio in each of the holiday sets. Interesting. So hopefully that was helpful. It gave you some ideas about, you know, some of the other shades that might be similar, and with the Eyes to Mesmerize as well. I will definitely be doing a look with that soon. I really am a big fan of Charlotte Tilbury. I do like a lot of her products. As I said, I think her eyeshadows have come a long way. I think if you're picking up any of her new formulas, I think you're golden. So I like this Fire Rose. I think it looks really nice on the eye. I think it looks beautiful. I love the look. And, you know, getting into more pinks, coppery pinks, so that's a good thing. Everything else on my face is Charlotte Tilbury, and I will have it in the description box below. There's a lot of new stuff coming, guys. You know, some exciting things that I'll be doing soon, probably in the new year. I don't think I'll have time to launch it all in December, but make sure you're subscribed. Now, I know you hear this a million times all over the place, but it does really help support my channel. It gives me the opportunity to do some of the things that I want to do for you guys coming up soon. So don't forget to hit like, don't forget to subscribe. And as I said, a lot of new stuff coming, hopefully really tailored to the folks that are watching all the time. You guys will see soon. Okay, I think that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.